memorial, but this is a monument that I don't know if you've seen before. This is near the Vietnam Wall, which is where this woman here is facing, and this is in honor of the nurses that were in Vietnam. Uh, and it's a nice monument. It's near, so if you come down to see the Vietnam Wall, you could come down and see the statue of the nurses in honor of the nurse. I guess that was before. Now women are in combat, is my understanding, but now it was nurses back then, and I'm sure they're male nurses. Well, they're called, in the Navy, they were called corpsmen, and they were doctors, not just corpsmen, at least in my mind. But that sun is in the sun. Listen, I want to talk about those topics I put on there about people who are, how do I get the sun out of here? Maybe I'll go on the other side, then the sun won't be here. Underserved, underappreciated, underemployed, and underfunded. I mean, man, at my age, I think they're the people who need the most help in our society. And it seems that we're giving more help to millionaires instead of trying to help these people, which are probably more of us than there are millionaires. I mean, I just said, what was it, like 400 people? The richest 400 people in America only pay 8% on income taxes. You and I pay 30%, plus or minus, and they only pay 8%. That's the richest thing. So that's, not going to the Treasury to solve problems. And I think the other thing is that the people who are underserved and, underappreciated and everything, we don't teach them the system. We teach them how to vote because the politicians want you to vote so they get a job. But if you're underemployed and underappreciated and underserved, you have to learn the system, is to me what it's all about. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it's what I see from where we are. I mean, in the long run, there's probably something better to do, but I don't know. I think more the short run, if you're worrying about how you're going to feed yourself today or the next 5 years, I mean, that's a short run as far as something as big as this country is concerned. So, and using the system, see, what we are taught is how to spend money for everything. And everything is revolved around you buying something, you buying an education. There's a report out, and I'll talk about this. Hi, I joined Facebook, can't leave links. But are you a member? If you're a member and can't get in, go to letsgohelp@gmail.com and we'll figure this out. We have 2 platforms, so you don't even have to be a member of Let's Go Help to be able to get what we have. And that's fine. But it's learning the system, and it's not what we're taught in school. Everybody, we're taught about how to spend money and buy things and stuff like that, and using the system to get ahead, which the rich people do. The rich people will use, I mean, I used to charge $10,000 or more to help them get all this stuff. It didn't matter to them, but it's there for everybody, and that's what we have to do, I think, is teach people how to use this system, because it's not going to change much, and to use it and take advantage of it, you have to understand how it works. It's not works like you think it should. or you heard it did, or whatever. Everything you've heard is probably right, and parts of it could be wrong too. But it doesn't matter. It is what it is, and these opportunities are there if you learn the system to take advantage of them. But again, it's learning the system, because you want to pay one website, fill out one form, and get the money, and that's not going to happen. It may occasionally, but for the long, that is not going to happen. So you can't just think that's the system and that's all you have to do. So you got to get that out of your mind, because otherwise you're just going to keep failing and say there's nothing there for me, and that is absolutely wrong. It's just not where you're looking. And it's too hard to pinpoint exactly what is there for you, because every program is different. There's tens and tens of thousands of programs. Every person is different with different circumstances. So that's why it's learning, what may be available and using that system to your advantage and realizing what that is. The problem is you'll quit too easily because it's not like you think it should be. And it's never going to be that way. So if you don't want to use it, more power to you. It doesn't matter. You don't have to use it. But they are tools, I think, that could really change a lot of lives in this country. And there's money, like the video I just did and put up there about all this, COVID money that's not even being spent. Man, it's just sitting there from the last, stimulus package. Now they're talking about a new stimulus package. They haven't even spent the last one yet, and the one before that. It's just crazy nonsense, and that's fine. But that's life, and this is where you live. And if you don't want to use it, that's fine. You can suffer in peace or just bitch about it. And that's a silly way to live, I think. And the smart people will learn how to use it. So, just it takes some time. You're not going to just 1, 2, 3. That's another thing. People will sell you how to use the government or something. And 7 easy steps. Nah, none of them are easy. It's going to be a pain in the ass. And that's important. Is if you're up for it, good. I mean, anything worthwhile is difficult. Having a nice relationship after 2 marriages, I realized that takes work. It just doesn't happen. You just don't always marry some angel from heaven or something. We're all humans. And so you got to work with what you got. We only got humans here. Now, well, maybe we're getting robots, and that may be easier. But that's not rewarding. And so learn this system, learn how to use it, and there's free help. I mean, you realize, and I should have put this in the description, there are offices in your state, all they do is help you do research to find stuff. That's all. Same thing I charge $20 for. They do all for free. Now, if you go to free.lesco.com/ www.free.lesco.com/free training. You get a download a free report and find all those offices in your state that will help you do free research on anything. I mean, whether it's solving your financial problems, solving business problems, solving healthcare problems, solving housing problems, all this. I mean, we have, and it's just a start. I mean, these are good starting places. They won't solve every problem, but it's a place to start learning the system on all these things, and how to get rid of moles in your backyard, even those kind of problems. It's just phenomenal, the kinds of free services that are out there and money programs that aren't readily advertised because none of these programs have advertising money to tell you about. And that's why I got sick of helping rich people. They don't need it. They'll spend anything they can to get it. And they're getting bigger and bigger share of this prize than ever. And that's why I think that will slowly change, because more and more people realize, hey, what the hell's going on here? The economy's growing, but you're not. And that's what it is. The middle class, the average person, particularly man, has not seen a raise increase since like 1979. Right, so it's 80s, 90s, 100, 110. That's 40 years with wage stopping. Now, how many more billionaires we have? A fuck of a lot. How many more millionaires we have? A fuck of a lot. So they keep growing, and the average wage is going nowhere. Now, family income went up a little bit, and that's because women started working. And so the family income is different from individual income. It's still to go, it's just pennies compared to these rich people. And they only pay 8% taxes. Now that is astounding. So like Warren Buffett said, his secretary has to pay a lot more taxes than he does. How do they get away with that? Because they're in there, they have their tentacles everywhere. And people want to do anything for money. So they'll sell their soul, they'll do anything, which is interesting, and I know it's, it's what capitalism is all about. But there's limits to this stuff, man. There's bad to everything. Like ice cream tastes real good too, right? I know if I ate too much, I'd be instant Lesko. It'd be twice as, or 30 pounds heavier, which I used to be, when I was a young man. And that's why I run and do everything. I need assistant for Chicago. Very much love the philanthropic. Well, the philanthropic, that's giving is selfish. It's not philanthropic. It's selfish because it feels so good. And I don't want to live in a country where everybody is. I mean, that's why I can't understand rich people. They just want to put gates around where they live. Everybody's pissed off. And so, you want to walk down the street and have everybody pissed off? That doesn't seem like a nice environment to live in, And also, I'm not building anything, and I mean, I always was sort of that way, but, where you're worried about everything and taking care of a family and raising kids and all this kind of stuff that you worry about is different, so I can't tell anybody else how they should live. I mean, I struggle every day how to do it and how to live, and none of us should tell other people how to live, but people love doing that. I'm sure there's part of me that does too. Why isn't everybody like me? Because if they were, they'd be boring. Imagine everybody had to dress like this. Shit, I'd have to wear all black. and that would be, I'd have to get rid of a whole big wardrobe. The reason, one of the issues about my wardrobe was we had a big house in the suburbs and raising 2 kids, and how you master bedroom, you have one big closet for the woman and another small closet for the man, and the master bed. In our master bedroom, I had the big closet. And that was when we were moved downtown to like a 1-bedroom apartment, we were thinking about, I said, what am I going to do with my clothes? I can't fit them in these 1-bedroom. So we had to get another apartment just for my clothes, but we needed more room anyway. But that was the theory, and it's nice. We live in 2 500 square feet apartments. It's wonderful. That's how to stay married too. So it's very advantageous. And when someone comes to visit, it's great because you just give them the keys to the other apartment. I'll see you at dinner. It's a lot easier to get along with family members and others that come to visit. You don't have to bump into them every hour in a 1-bedroom apartment. Or my wife has friends, and I'm pretty much of a recluse until I moved downtown, and I'd rather not entertain people. And so I hated to be the guy sitting in the bathroom while she's having friends over. I just go up to another apartment, and nobody knows I'm an idiot. And that's cool. But it is, I don't know what to do, but it is, with Lesko Help, I'm trying to solve that problem. That's why any money we make, we're trying to give it back to people who need it. Because most of our members, I feel, are like that. The same stuff is used for, see, there's only like 15% of the money programs have income requirement. So that means, like 85% of all the money the government gives out for free has no income requirement. So anybody could use it. But like I know the fat cats will pay big money to get it. So it's the people who don't have that. That's why I'm trying to keep it at $20. Keep the reports at $5.95. I live on 20. Yes, depending on where you live, particularly in Washington, D.C., it's not. That's why my son lives out about 2 hours away from here. Man, it costs him nothing to live. It's amazing. And he works online and everything, so it doesn't matter. And that's it. And that's what, to me, in life was trying to not have people control over me. And money does that. You're doing what anybody says because you need that paycheck. And that eats your insides, I think. And causes illness, I believe, but that's unscientific. But there's more studies. I'm going to hopefully cover one that just came out now by the CDC that mental health issues, is now a physical disability. So how that you're eligible for the booster shot if you have diabetes and all kinds of other normal diseases, heart conditions, but also now mental health. And that's a symptom that you could die easier. So that's why you need the vaccine. Because like if you have diabetes or a heart condition and all these other things that they want to have you get vaccinated. Now the CDC just came out with a report, they want you to get vaccinated if you have mental health problems because you're more susceptible to disease and dying early. And that's very interesting. I always thought that mental health or living in an atmosphere where there's stress all the time, it shortens your lifespan. You know, it's something will be going on inside that's not natural. And that to me, it's living long is trying to be natural as possible. You know, instead of all these things that we try to put in, even drugs, man. I don't know. And people I know take drugs, then they have to take other drugs for the symptoms of the first drug, and then take a third drug because symptoms of the fifth. I don't know. I never took a pill besides aspirin, I think. And every time the doctor goes, I should high blood pressure do this, cholesterol do this, I just try to find another way to do it. Yeah, doctors, that's dangerous. You know, they're important. No, believe me, I do, and they're important to have. But you have to be very, very careful, I believe. But that's a biased opinion, you know. And I don't know, you know, like I say, everybody else's life, man, we're all struggling and nobody knows. And it's important to allow that. But I think for me and my work, I'm just trying to educate people that, number one, there's lots and lots of help out there. Number two, it's going to take work on your part to get it. And that's the thing. You see, everybody says, okay, there's lots of help and money out there, and this is easy. Here it is. Just follow this, bim bam, thank you, ma'am. You know, and pay me a lot of money. No, I'm trying to be as cheap as cheap as possible, as I possibly can, to help you stay long enough to try to figure it out for you and learn how to use the system. Because once you start learning, you could use it for the rest of my life. I knew nothing about this growing up in Wilkes-Barre, coming to Washington. Wow, it just shocked the hell out of me. And rich people will pay, they always knew that. And then I said, God, why doesn't everybody know this? That's why I started writing books. And books didn't solve the problem because you really had to do the work and have guidance or whatever. Well, now with the internet, and that means I had to charge thousands of dollars or whatever. But now the internet, I see that I don't. And I could do it for $20 and help guide you to what is best for you and where to start. And that's why with my 30, 40, 50 years of experience, I give you the best starting places. You try them. And I try to teach you how to call them, how to contact them, what to say, what to do. And then when that doesn't work, come back. Let's try something else. You know, it's sort of like a doctor. No, this didn't work, try this. Yeah. That's why they call it a practice. Try this. Nobody knows what will work. Doctors don't either, but they want to make you believe they do. And they don't. They're guessing. But they won't tell you're guessing because they can't charge you a lot of money. So I don't want to charge you a lot of money, and I want to tell you I'm guessing. These hotshots who are on the internet or whatever, oh, look at Charlie, he got $18 trillion, and all he did was do what I say, and look at bullshit. Even if he did, it's not probably going to happen to you anyway. Because you're different. You're not Charlie. And you have to struggle through life trying to figure out how to use it, like everything else. You struggle through life how to figure out to walk. You struggle through life how to figure out to drive a car. You struggle through life how to get your ass through school. It's the same thing. Life has very few shortcuts. And if there do, you're not becoming strong enough to deal with what life has to offer. Because that's what the struggle is. It makes you resilient. And you have to be resilient to be able to be strong, to be able to weather the next storm. I mean, this is just one of many that's going to hit you in the face. I mean, I've started 3, 4, 5 careers already. Another last. And you think of that, boy. And I plan every day. I have 5 other little gardens like this finally started working after 10 years. But I'm planting 5 other gardens trying to figure out, okay, when this doesn't work, what am I going to do? What are the possibilities? And start, seeing possibilities and growing little things in very small amounts. I don't spend money doing that, You can't. That's why people want to start something and spend a whole shitload of money because they know it works. It won't. You don't know that. Nobody does. Even though other people are doing it, whether it works for you is beyond your imagination. So that's why you have to start small, take baby steps to find out if that is for you. Don't waste your money. Unless you have a shitload of money, it doesn't matter. If money doesn't matter, fine. More power to you. If money matters, then I don't think that's the right way, But that's what we're trained to do. Why? Because some expert told us what to do. All these experts didn't plan on the stock market crashing, didn't plan on the pandemic, didn't plan on a whole bunch of things that happen all the time, And so, it's not that they're all useless, but it's just how to use the information, That's the important thing. And you just don't take it and go with it, and go into debt, particularly that. If you're trying to solve a debt problem, you don't go into debt trying to solve a debt problem. That's like an alcoholic going into bar to solve a drinking problem. Why in the world would you do that? Because some idiot told you to, who's selling you something. And that's crazy. Well, we do that. It's human nature. See, when people are selling you stuff, they try to figure out human nature. And that's what Facebook and all these things are about. Man, and I advertise on Facebook too, and I see all they're trying to do is sucker you into spending their money. Yes, I'm looking forward to your help. Oh, thank you, Louise. And they have data and robots to figure out how you act stupid. And they'll catch you because you're going to act stupid one of these days. And they're going to get you. And they have so much data. Like scientific studies used to take so long because, you need all these people and volunteers and count the data. Now you can do a scientific study on marketing in a second and get 15,000 responses. Okay, we don't do that. Then you get 15,000 other responses. Okay, and you narrow it down on what you're going to do because you get so much data so quickly on how to find our stupid parts. That's what marketing is. Finding your stupid parts. What part of you is stupid? And that's why, I get sucked into that too, particularly when I was doing TV commercials. And that's why, to me, my bottom line, I'll give you money back no matter what. And that's enough to soothe my soul that if I really got stuck in, trying to find your stupid parts, yes, I guess I will at times do that. But I will always give you 100% of your money back no matter what. And that sort of relieves me. At least the nuns can't yell at me. My moral obligations to society, and that's what we have. And it seems capitalism doesn't going into the office. Oh, again, great. Again, and have it knocking it. A wonderful member who I've been talking about, who is getting smarter than the government, and I don't even think she was born in this country. And how to get her grants. She's just a wonderful human. And I see something popped up on her. Yeah. Repeat the Free States website resources. Oh, you go to www.free.com/free training. Okay, www.free.lesco.com/free training. I have my other websites in the description if you're looking for Let's Go Help or Let's Go Reports, and they're all there in the thing. But yeah, I like that idea. They're finding our stupid parts to sell us shit. That's what elected officials do too. They find your stupid parts. And that's why it's science. They could find our stupid parts by doing a lot of testing. And they find what's stupid. And then they just say what you want to hear. It's simple. To get your money, to get your vote, they'll figure out through a lot of testing, and that's what the Facebook and all these things, the internet does. They can get so much data so quickly to just repeat back exactly what you want to hear to give them money or to give them a vote. See? And that's finding your stupid part. You just, with those words, you'll do it. Nothing else. I don't care if it's right or wrong, but I'll do that. And we're all like that, we act with our stupid parts a lot. And that's why the people running the show know that. They get paid a lot of money to figure that out, right? So be careful of your stupid parts. That's why I think my son, who's out in the woods, he's smart. Doesn't want his stupid parts affected. But, oh goodness, I think I got to go back and answer questions. So let's go help, which I love doing, because that makes me smart, because you're asking questions about what you need help with. And what I want to do with the rest of my life is try to find things that help people have a more satisfying life and a less problematic life. Nobody could solve everything, and I certainly can't solve all problems or anything. And I certainly know the answer for anything, but I hope I could give you sources that will be clues and stepping stones for you to solve your own problems. If you think that somebody else is going to solve a problem, no, somebody else can maybe just guide you to you maybe solving your problems. But that takes work, and you have to do the work. And that's what I hope. And that's why what I love about the group now is that people are helping other people. I mean, the members are more important to me now in this group. And that's why I feel more of an obligation to give money back to the members, and through free training and free research training, and we even have grants on the free research training. We give an extra $200 to the top of the class every week who put the most effort into research. But the courses are free, and it's self-directed, so you don't have to sit in class or any of that kind of bullshit. I hated that. Oh man, I hated school. I flunked out of high school, barely stayed in college. But then I was ready for an MBA. I was ready, and I got straight A's almost. Like, pretty close. When you're ready, like anything. But thank you for being there and letting me babble on. And I'll see you soon. And let me know how I could help. I plan to do this till I die. Can you lead a horse to water? But you're right. That's what it's all about. Now I want to make them think, not drink. Amen. Michelle, thank you so much for all your sweet, kind words. You don't know how helpful that is. And I am very spoiled with people like you. Thank you.